G'day everybody, welcome to the next video update of our lap around the block. At the moment we're in Karijini National Park in the Pilbara, and if you don't know where that is, don't worry. Turns out lots of people don't. In fact, we didn't really either until we started researching the trip. And this has got to be one of the most magnificent places that most Australians don't know about. It's amazing. Really can't wait to show you that one in the next video. In this one though, we start down at Wooramel Station, which is also squarely in the middle of nowhere in Western Australia. And despite that, we have a wonderful time at the artesian baths with a barista coffee and our homemade muffins and damper. Amazing. From there, we head out to the biggest rock in the world. If you thought it was Uluru, then we've got a surprise for you. It's actually Mount Augustus. It's amazing. Can't wait for you to check that out. It is just phenomenal to see this thing that is twice as big as Uluru sticking out of the ground. We also hit some troubles along the way with the van braking again, but easy trips make for boring stories and we crack on. From there, we head out to Ningaloo. And again, if you're not sure where Ningaloo is, imagine the Great Barrier Reef, but you can just walk off a beach and be straight into it. It's phenomenal. We go snorkelling there and spend a couple of lovely days living right on the beach and just going straight from the caravan across the sand and into some of the best snorkeling in the world. And then we finish off this one with a bucket list item. We go swimming with whale sharks. And if you're not sure what a whale shark is, pause here, go and Google it, and put in biggest fish in the ocean, or homeschooling's obviously working, as our kids pointed out, biggest cartilaginous fish in the ocean. Can't wait for you to see it. Really hope you enjoy it. Check it out. So we're here at Wooramel Station at the moment, next to an upside down river. And if you've never heard of that, it means the water flows underneath the surface and it only goes above the surface if there's lots of rain. But we're actually here for water that's already above the surface, which is the artesian pools. We tried the ones the other day at the Hurrah Station homestead. They were about 40 degrees, which is a little bit too warm. Lovely and refreshing, but you can't stay in there forever. So we're going to try out these ones, see how they go. There we go.
It's way for the kids.
We've just got our own. Now the kids are splashing around.
That was the serenity.
So much serenity.
I already won.
So we're down at the dinner. They put on a dinner each night. Check this out. So this is burning hot coals, getting ready for our Hungarian goulash. And for those of you that know, good coals. And then you come out here and here's dinner. Not bad. One of the cool things about here at Wooramel Station, apart from the artesian baths, which are just behind me here, is a cafe. They've got a full-on cafe here. So only open for a few hours in the morning, 7 till 11. But we've just ordered ourselves a couple of coffees, of course, and some sweet and savoury damper, and a couple of house-made muffins. How good is it to be this far out, remote as you can get, next to our upside down river with the artesian baths here. A wonderful dinner put on last night, and now freshly made barista coffee winning. Here we go. Brooke and Patty sitting here at the cafe at Wooramel Station doing their homeschooling. Lucky kiddos. Yeah. Even when you're in awesome places like this, we still need to crack on with the homeschooling, don't we?
Yeah.
But what are we going to do after the homeschooling?
Artesian baths.
Straight over there into the artesian baths. So let's crack on.
I can feel it when we touch.
Stumbling out of bed, and I still got you in my head. From all those pretty words you said, it's like I'm wasted. Every time I see your face, I'm losing track of time and space. I don't know where I am, it's like I'm wasted, and I won't waste it. And I promise that I will stand by you forever. I can't get you out of my mind. I will follow you wherever, and I won't waste this. I'll follow you, yeah. I'll follow you, yeah. Could you come a little closer now? 'Cause I don't wanna slow this down. My heart is screaming out your name. I'm wasted on you. Here we are, right underneath the stars. So let's get a little reckless. You make me breathless, and I won't waste this. And I promise that I will stand by you forever.
Birthday breakfast of champions. We have family-sized Nutella and bulk croissants. Nutella croissants. Exactly what a growing 13-year-old needs, hey? Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brookie. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
We made it to Mount Augustus, and you can see behind me there the biggest rock in the entire world. Twice as big as Uluru and about 10 times older.
Australia's amazing rocks.
And it is very much in the middle of nowhere in the outback Western Australia. And the road to get here was surprisingly easy. From Carnarvon, sealed road all the way to Gascoyne Junction, where we stayed last night. And then probably about 250, 300 k's of unsealed road today to make it here. Usually that wouldn't be a problem, but for some reason we've got here, and you can see the van's top is not popped, and it won't pop because one of the actuators, one of the same actuators that broke on day one, has broken again, and that's quite frustrating. And then on top of that, we've managed to somehow break off the grey water outlet, and to top it off, the water pump won't work. So somehow or another, a little bit of unsealed road, which, considering the van has done the Cape, it's done by now about 25,000 Ks, including some of Australia's best unsealed roads, and today seems to have brought it unstuck. So easy trips make for boring stories, so watch this space for how this story unfolds. It won't be boring to be in the middle of Western Australia with a busted caravan. This will be fun.
And I promise that I will stand by you forever. I can't get you out of my mind. I will follow you wherever, and I won't waste this. I'll follow you, yeah. Yeah, I won't waste this, 'cause no one makes me feel like you do. You make me breathless. Yeah, no one makes me feel like you do. I promise that I will stand by you forever, and I won't waste this. I'll follow you, yeah. I'll follow you, yeah. I'll follow you, yeah. Yeah, I won't waste this.
Do you ever feel you don't get out what you're putting in? All your hopes and efforts are all in vain. Who will pick you up when you've lost everything? Does it all become for granted with a wedding ring? Oh, there must be more. There must be another way. There must be conscious, different things in different ways. There must be love. There must be a reason, and a little bit of faith has got to come my way.
So we've just been up one of the tracks on Mount Augustus, and there's some interesting facts about the mountain. I mean, obviously the most interesting thing about it is that it's the biggest mountain, or the biggest rock rather, in the world, which is pretty impressive. Bigger than Uluru, much bigger than Uluru, and much, much older. As old as 1.8 billion years, so half the age of the Earth, which is amazing. Another one, you can see red colour in the rocks. And that's actually not the colour of the rocks. So the red, as lots of people know in this part of the country, comes from the iron oxidising, so rusting. Effectively it's just rust sitting on the outside of the rocks. But the actual rock itself is white. It's white sandstone. And there's places around the mountain where you can see, I've had a rock fall or whatever, and you can still see the white sandstone underneath the red on the outside. Another interesting thing is that not only is it okay to climb, there's a summit track, and we've been doing a bunch of the tracks that go up and onto the rock today. The local Indigenous community, the traditional custodians of the rock, only ask that you don't do it at night. There's a spirit that lives up here and doesn't like people being up here at night, but they're perfectly okay for people to hike over the mountain during daylight hours, and lots of people do. Unfortunately, there has been some deaths from people hiking this when the weather's been too warm, heat exhaustion, heat stroke. But it's 21 degrees and overcast today, so we haven't had any problems. It would have been a smashing day for the summit trail, but we've decided to explore the mountain instead. So there you go. A couple of interesting facts about the world's biggest rock. Oh, fun-filled day. Spent most of it out around Mount Augustus, but then when we got back, it was time to raise the roof. Literally. We now have a roof that goes up. You can see up here. So now this bit of wood, which we kept from the last time this happened actually, has become our weight-bearing bit of 4x2. And where that tape is where the actuator used to be. And now, for the second time on this trip, I have an actuator sitting in the back of my car instead of in the caravan where it belongs. So this is the offending item. And before anybody asks, yes, we did check. It was getting power, and given that we know that these things do fail, we're pretty sure that that's going to be the issue. Now, we don't know exactly what it is, but there's a probably better than even chance that I'll spend a little bit of time over the next week or so tearing that one down and seeing if I can't figure out if it's just the motor, and maybe just replace the motor as opposed to sending it all back to Melbourne to get rebuilt. But in good news, we can raise the roof, we can live in our van again, we can continue our travels. Easy trips make for boring stories, so this one will add to the saga of the lap, but we're back on the road. So while I'm spouting off about the repairs on the van, one of the things we got here yesterday, and the water pump stopped working again. Again, something that keeps happening, shore flow water pump, and the issue is always one of these. It's the pressure switch, and all it is a little micro switch. When the water pressure in the system builds up to a certain level, i.e. the tap is off, it just flicks the switch and the pump stops. And then you open the tap, water pressure drops, and it'll continue to pump until you close the tap. Unfortunately, for some crazy reason that I cannot figure out, they put the pump on the outside. So every time you drive on a dusty, dirty, corrugated road, that pressure switch seems to fill up with dust and crud, crime and corruption. And it turns off. So I get to rebuild those as well, and we'll order a couple of spares because my rebuilding seems to last for about a month and then it stops working again. But we have water, we have a roof. I definitely can't fix the grey water tank here. We'll need to go to a Mitre 10 or something for that, but for all intents and purposes, the van is some carried forward unserviceabilities, some deferred defects, but we're good to go. Hey! Oh wow, thank you. What does it bring?
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow, check it out.
That's awesome.
So our special gift continues. The tradition, the McDougall family tradition of bringing the rain. Here we are in remote central Western Australia where they don't get much rain on a monthly basis, particularly in the middle of June, and we've managed to bring it. It's a gift and a curse. Let's see if it keeps on giving.
I was just a little girl when my mama used to say, ooh, happiness requires work every day. Oh, and if that someone makes you smile and leaves you with a scar, don't let them tell you what you feel or who you are. Oh, there must be more. There must be another way. There must be conscious, different things in different ways. There must be love. There must be a reason, and a little bit of faith has got to come my way.
So we've made it to the Ningaloo coast. We're kind of about an hour, maybe a bit more, south of Exmouth at the moment. And we're at North Lefroy, which is a camping site right on the coast here at Ningaloo Station. And I've got to say, it's pretty epic. The drive-in was interesting, to say the least. There's a sign right at the start of the drive that says, if you travel down this road, your car will break. You must have recovery gear, and there's a good chance that nobody will come to get you. Despite that, there was heaps of traffic, and the coast up and down here is absolutely packed. We actually had to book back, I think it was early January, when we booked this place for June, and we got one of the last sites available back then. This place books out 6 months in advance, and there's people that stay up until midnight on the day. These sites become available 180 days early, and there are people that stay up until midnight to try to book it 180 days out. So we were pretty lucky to get a site at all, and we're very grateful for the fact that we got here because it's amazing. Notwithstanding the fact that it's pretty windy, apart from that, it is hard to complain, and you can see why this place is so amazingly popular. Check this out. This is our front deck for the next 3 days. I don't know, I've said it before, but life's pretty tough. And thankfully, we're tough enough to put up with this. Just.
I'm gonna hit the beach in the sunshine, cheap sunglasses looking so right, hitting the street
There's our campsite there. And we're just about to walk straight out and go in for a snorkel straight out of our caravan. You can see the kids out there already, out on the sup. And now it's our turn. While they're out on the sup, they borrow all their snorkeling gear and go and have a look.
The water is refreshing, popping in, especially at the mid part.
Raising hell is the way to go. Yeah, we're kicking it fast, kicking it slow, bouncing around like a rodeo. Bad girls wanna rock and roll. Yeah, we're kicking it. Everything's alright. It's a small town summer night. Oh yeah, and I feel kicking it. Kicking it high, kicking it low, making noise like a big truck show. Raising hell is the
Evie chat. Where are we going, Evie?
We're going to see some amazing creatures, the biggest shark on earth, and they're actually here. So we're just going on a boat to see them. It's going to be really amazing.
All right.